Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fuzzy on the Details. Or is it an episode of Fuzzy on the Details anymore? I don't even know. If you're watching this video, you probably know that we have a new channel called Fuzzy Actual Plays that this is being on. So welcome to our new home for actual plays called Fuzzy Actual Plays, a name so imaginative that it rivals the Badoon basic weapon for descriptive creativity. Um, I was thinking about naming it Fuzzy's Frag Thong, but yeah,
It
maybe a
was
missed
taken, wasn't it?
opportunity.
Yeah. Sorry about
So, oh well. Anyway, hey, speaking of thongs, let's meet our cast for today. Copy. Why don't you go first? Give us a quick intro and let us know what you took with your getting schooled box tick.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Welcome to. Happy to be on this new channel. My name is Copy. I'm playing Dr. Kade, and he is a forensics Xeno scientist. He is he is the A.I.M scientist in the more of the biology field in forensics and biology. And yeah, see, A.I.M is interested in weapons. He's interested in what those weapons can do to the anatomy. So that's his more or less his interests and his role in this team. What he took for getting schooled as being a forensics scientist, I did increase his vigilance by 1 point, just so we can do a little more investigating or
Nice.
have a little more success with investigating. So I think his role is more of a support character, and yeah, hopefully he lives long enough to support you guys out.
it.
All right.
Cool, cool. Let's go to paste.
Hi guys, I'm Paste, the second part of the co-host team of Copy and Paste at Action Dice TTG. Happy to be here on Fuzzy's new channel doing actual plays. Of course, if you want to see more actual plays, check us out as well too. Sorry for the self-plug there.
Do it.
Um, but today, as always, I'll be playing Bevin Bouchard. He is an engineer, and his specialty happens to be in armor and especially helmets. So, yeah, some of the fun new stuff we found last episode. We're hopefully going to play around with that a little bit this episode as well too. In the armory, we're going to have some fun in the candy store there. As far as his pick in the getting schooled category, I took one, checked off the box for a stat increase. I had to increase his resilience because I've been putting Bevin in the front of the lines recklessly and charging in a lot. So if he's going to stick around a little bit longer, and I hope he does, he's going to need the health to back it up. So yeah, we increased his resilience there a little bit.
All right.
Or sorry, his yeah, his resilience.
Yeah, resilient. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, paste. Let's go to Billy.
Hello, I'm Billy, BJ Mickey, playing Greg the Hammer Henshaw. Mall security cop, moved up the chain, been having fun banging some heads. So I took an ability bump as well, since I've been doing really well with smashing some heads with the mag light. So I went a +1 in my melee and upped it to 2 with the getting schooled rules. Looking to bang some more heads with that.
Very nice. Thank you, Billy. Aaron.
Oh, I'm used to being last. Okay. My name is Aaron Porter. I'm playing Mickey the Canary. As we saw in the last game, his specialty is being in the way. And I took a Mighty 2 with my getting schooled point.
Very interesting. All right, let's go to OMJ.
Hello, OMJ. I am playing Moreau Carter, the kind of team medic who has taken on an expertise, if you will, of just standing as far away from everyone else and firing guns. I took an ability point in resilience to go from -1 to 0, which apparently Moreau is the kind of student I was because despite going to school and getting schooled, none of his stats changed. So, we're gonna see how that goes.
Boy.
All right. And yeah, I mean, more than just shooting at things, you were curving some bullets there in between people and hitting some targets and doing some major damage. So,
I watched a lot of John Woo growing up, so
yeah, so perhaps you would be particularly interested in that we ended last game. We went a little bit late, so we ended last game in the armory and didn't really get a chance to loot things or see what was there. So let's pick up like a couple of breaths after where last game ended and give you guys an opportunity to, surveil the area, ask any questions you've got, and just pick it up from there. So yeah, here you are in a nice big armory with six total Badoon bodies. Somehow, none of which blew up. But yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they
Well,
Technically,
well,
point of
none of the
order.
Badoon blew up.
Point of order.
One of the frag thongs did, in fact, blow up. That
that
is
actually
true.
that brings me to my point there. I think if one of the first things Bevins would have been saying as soon as things quiet down, we realized there was no other Badoon around. He would have been, I think, chirping back a little bit at to Kade there, saying like, "Hey there, bud. Feel free to just take my spot on the team there, eh? Sorry, I'll just keep the bench warm for you. Oh, by the way, how many of those degrees that you have happen to be masters in engineering, eh? Oh,
I can't quite hear you. The ringing in my ears.
yeah.
What?
All right, there,
I'm
bud.
sorry. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that to happen.
Look, next time you want to play with an explosive weapon, just stick the one that's swinging between your legs, okay? And then I think at that point, Bevin also has like he's going to be looking around to make sure that everything in the armory has been secured, that the Badoon weren't messing with anything, that they didn't take anything, that they didn't leave any booby traps behind or anything like that. As he's kind of scouting around, but he's also looking around for other smaller baubles or doodads stuff. Because I think we established in our session 0 that Bevin has kind of a side gig within AIM and his locker's kind of stuffed with a whole bunch of like extra wires and gears and bits and bobs and rifle barrels or like for pistols and stuff like that. Just a bunch of stuff that he's kind of collected and secreted away to kind of like sell or give out for favors to other AIM members who may have lost or broken or misplaced something and don't want to like take any heat, or just help replace and upgrade things. So he's on the lookout for something that he kind of could pocket that way as well too, whether it be like power packs to weapons or some
Hmm.
other like, hard gear or something that for armor or mounting points or that sort of thing.
Okay, why don't you give me a vigilance check and make a logic check for Dr. Cade and make them both target number 13.
While they're doing that, Greg's like, shouldn't we dethong these guys? So
Nope.
that,
Don't touch it.
well, what if they woke up and anyway, I mean, just in case.
You could if you want. If you want to walk over there and try to dethong them.
You know what?
I would advise not touching the thongs at this time.
I would leave that up to the expert, Bevin.
Okay. If no one else is like, Bevin would be saying like maybe as he's walking off, and don't forget to strap them up or tie those boys up, tie them up, make sure their hands can't go anywhere near their gitch. Um,
a
they're
bullet to the
unconscious. We didn't
skull
kill
will
them.
also work.
Okay, whatever means necessary. I've got no qualms with however you
Please,
want to.
no. We need to we need to study these badoons. Even so, we're going to take them to the lab. Please, please do refrain from destroying the bodies anymore that we've already have. So, Dr. Cade rolled a 12, and we're adding 4 to that for his logic check. So we are at 16.
Okay, good. In that case, what I will do, since you've not only seen the results of what happens, but you've actually triggered it, I'm going to say that you kind of do have the knowledge just to understand what exactly this thing does. So I'll share my screen right now, and you should see the what the frag thong does. And by the way, I'll have this format, which I kind of dislike just because it's geeky. It's got kind of like the first appearance of these certain weapons, a little picture there to show you them action, and most importantly, to show you that the word frag thong was not some
That's
perverse thing that I came up with. It was some perverse thing that somebody else came up with, like 50 years ago or so.
it looks
You,
Photoshop to
you
me,
did
but
miss
okay.
the hyphen though.
I did all just like Spider-Man, right? That's completely different character if you don't have the
Well,
hyphen.
it's hard to tell. It's either a hyphen or sometimes the hyphen's
They
put in because the word doesn't fit.
Oh,
oh,
So
right.
maybe
Is
it's
it a
all one word.
fractong? Oh my gosh. Oh, you just blew my mind.
right on.
So yeah,
It's a different
basically,
language, so it's that's understandable.
yeah, it's essentially a grenade that one can use a reaction to trigger. However, since technically, if you're unconscious or dead, you can't. I kind of weakened it a little bit by saying, if you're not paralyzed, stunned, grabbed or pinned, and of course, you guys hit the stun condition like you know every time. So you sort of just uh, found your way into that little that weakness there. So
Okay.
something for you now, knowing how it works, that your characters in game can keep in mind, and kind of it wouldn't be metagaming at this point to try and make sure somebody's in one of those conditions before you dispatch one of them.
Except it cannot be thrown. Yeah.
Hmm.
How
It
did we
cannot be.
learn that again?
Yeah, it cannot be thrown. However, Torque could convert these, but if it could be thrown, it's essentially just a regular grenade at that point. But if you wanted to convert these into regular grenades, Torque could probably work on that.
Yeah, because essentially,
Even
as is, as soon
something
as you activate it, it blows. So there's no activate throw, right?
Right.
That's
There's no pin and throw.
Oh, it's
That's
just
why
boom.
at last game. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the Badoon don't really give a crap about their soldiers if it also triggers when they go unconscious.
Yeah. I mean, look, this guy over here is just flat out, laughing at the fact. I mean, he's saying ha ha ha
Mm.
as his comrade is literally blowing up and his burning corpse is flying directly towards him and he's laughing. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that they don't really care that much. One
Sorry, I
dude,
missed the context there.
yeah, yeah, one dude in the back there does look a little horrified.
mhm.
Uh, but
I
anyway,
I
Nobody
got
likes that guy, anyways.
yeah. I got a
okay,
14 on my vigilance check.
excellent.
14.
Okay, so yeah, so are you looking for when you mention doodads, are you looking for like uh uh pieces of usable equipment or like raw materials?
More raw materials, yeah. Because
Okay,
on this downtime, Bevin is going to be tinkering and messing around with stuff. And then,
yeah,
yeah, I got that little joke card up my sleeve later on. I can pull
Not
it. We
not that
never
it
should
matters,
have maybe
but
worked on
Greg
something.
will be at the door, kind of watching, knowing that like there was some aliens here, just
mhm,
making sure that we're not going to be snuck up on
right.
while they're in the rest of the armory. I'm kind of keeping an eye out the door, checking, make sure that nobody else is going to sneak in on us or anything.
Okay. Yeah, Pace, let's say that Bevin does find some interesting bits of equipment and let's say bank this for the future, but if you're in a situation where you are trying to do something related to either fixing a piece of gear or jury rigging something related to gadgets, and
Mhm.
you're not in the headquarters, it'll give you either an attempt to do that or a bonus, an edge to do that. And then
Dude,
retroactively, you can retcon. Oh, this was the thing that Bevin
yeah.
picked up
I would like, yeah,
at
a
that
point of a
time.
retcon or something like that. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
totally.
can I hand him like my chit here?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember back in episode 3?
All right, OMJ, what is Mother Hen doing?
Yeah, I think for Moreau, the two main objectives are one, I'd like to find a scope for the pistol to address range on that weapon, or a long gun of some kind. Hoping that that does exist within the armory. And then I think secondarily, we have secured the armory. I'd like to try and maybe get some if there are any, some AIM agents mobilized to keep it secure or find a way to kind of like lock down the space so that we don't have a repeat.
Sure. Yeah. So you go into one area where you think they've got sort of like um, uh, the long guns, essentially. Roll. Do you got physical dice in front of you?
I do not. I'll be using digital.
Okay. Uh, r- give me any die roll and just give me the three results. So pick logic or whatever, it doesn't matter, but just give me not the total, just the three individual results of the dice.
Yep, yep, yep.
A Marvel will count as a one on the middle die.
Okay. All right. So I have a 2, a Marvel, and a 3.
Oh, okay. Not great. By the way, I am not keeping track of any of this stuff that I'm about to rattle off. So on you guys.
I got my notes.
Luckily, it's being recorded.
Yeah, well, you could look it up in the middle of the game. Okay, 213. So in the order I have here, that is two rifles, one submachine gun, and three sniper rifles.
Okay.
So
Okay,
Copy's
sniper.
writing that down, it looks like.
Yeah, I got it.
And there are other areas where there are other types of weapons that you can search for. But yeah, two rifles, one submachine gun, and three sniper rifles. So while you're and of course all the ammunition you could use for those. And while you're looking at that, what's Mickey doing?
Well, I did notice that nobody is paying attention to what Mickey's doing. So we have so there's what, like five Badoons?
hmm Six
Oh, six.
total. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking six, and then I went okay. And the armory, there's probably nothing in there that he's interested. So he's going to use all of the 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 knowledge of anatomy that he used last time to try to figure out if they're still alive or not, which will generally probably end up with like him just poking them.
In my mind, they were. I mean, I guess I'll phrase it this way. Is there a reason you want one of them alive? I didn't really, I think generally speaking, most of the time you don't go down to like actually do the counting to negative, 30 or whatever, although we should, and you guys aren't really heroic, but yeah, I mean, narratively, if you want them to be alive for some reason, we can have some of them be alive.
I mean, like from an aim perspective, they would probably want it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Cade was saying the same thing earlier on too. He wants them preserved and alive as possible because I think even Crowler wanted some live specimens as well. So I think the other ones that we found in the hallway along the way were quite badly beaten up and all dead. So I think these ones we want to bring back alive. Yeah,
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's say one of each just to make it simpler to, you know, transport them.
drag back.
One
Yeah,
of the
get one.
the unarmored ones and one of the armored ones.
I don't know how to say it. So is there anything that he could tie them up with, but it might be originally unreasonable for him to actually be able to do it under like normal human conditions?
Oh,
But he might like if it's a wire or like a thick wire or something.
yeah. Yeah, let's say there's like these conduits that you would run wires through. That are metal and strong enough to not really be easily bent.
Okay. So I'm just thinking like to him, he might like in his limited amount of like engineering knowledge, it's a wire. You can bend it, right? So, but his like a normal person couldn't, but he will be able to with the kind of thing. I just wanted it to be like a surprising situation. That was kind of my
So did you
thought.
say like you're going to bend the metal around him, like conduit
No,
metal?
like, well, use it as like around his like wrists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys see Mickey coming in, sort of
Out of his suit.
oh, out of the suit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bevin be
Uh
like,
Sort of effortlessly kind of lifting up this one guy, and you can see he's bound with this thick uh cabling that really isn't supposed to make the sort of twists and turns that this thing is made to get a bow, a nice neat little bow in there
Bevin would
to
be,
tie him up.
I think Bevin would be in awe and be like, "Holy Thor Almighty, where do you get your Wheaties from? Asgard? Holy crap!"
Have you tried the
On your
new
boy.
A.I.M Szechuan sauce? It's really good. I put it on all my sandwiches. Maybe that's where it's from.
I've been eating the wrong kind of poutine.
I
Well,
want to get you to my lab. We'll have a discussion after this. Fascinating.
just be careful where he's going to. Make sure Thor only. He might want to
So
go in the other direction.
Mickey isn't that smart, but he still kind of looks side-eyed at Kate with his tone.
Uh, Billy,
Absolutely
um,
remarkable.
did you want
Resilience.
to look for any handheld weapons?
Well,
Uh,
like if I'm pretty certain that we're not having company, then yes, I'll go in there, I guess, and start perusing to see if there's anything
okay.
in it. Like I might, if there is just the baton, I'll grab an actual real baton. So in
Uh-huh.
case I do need my mag light later on,
Yeah.
it is pretty sturdy.
Yeah, let's say you get into one area where it's more sort of like closer range. I mean, including some ranged weapons. There aren't really a ton of melee weapons.
Aim's
Uh,
not known much for their melee stuff.
yeah. But let's say in terms of, say, pistols or the batons, as many as you want. But there's also some other sort of shorter range weapons here. Why don't you roll you got physical dice?
Yes, sir.
All right, just give me 2d6.
2d6. I got a 4 and a 1.
Okay, four shotguns and one smoke grenade.
Nice.
Got it.
Smoke him if you got him.
Only once.
And we'll say there's one other area, and we'll have Moreau get dibs on this. There's one other area that is towards the back that you had to get through that little security bit to get into, where they work on some of the more experimental items, either analyzing uh, items that have been retrieved or stolen or purchased illicitly, or working on their own unique IP.
Well, oh, go ahead.
OMJ?
Yeah, sorry, I cut him off. Go ahead,
Oh,
OMJ.
No, I just said sweet. Like, yeah, I'm
okay.
happy to go in there and explore and root around. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a logic check, and I'll give you uh let's have three difficulties. We'll make this interesting. We'll say 12, 14, and 16. Tell me how high you get up on that ladder.
While he does that, I cock one of the shotguns. Like, you think I can actually hit something with one of these?
Make sure you run up nice and close.
Yeah. And please make sure that none of us are in the spray when it goes off. Thanks. Okay, so 12, 14, 16. I got a 15.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so by looking through some of the notes that are nearby and just general, maybe like, knowledge, you've got, a background of being in the field, and maybe you've come across a couple of these items being used. Uh, One of them is a shield prototype laser. Looks like stolen tech, and you can look that up in Demiplane. That is I think that was from what was it the Deadpool adventure that was
I think
originally
Deadpool,
from?
yeah. Deadpool sound familiar. I think
Yeah.
so.
Shield prototype laser.
Cool.
That is the first thing you find. The second thing you find is something called a portable sonatron. I have a card for that too. Let me bring that up in one
Are
moment.
these items or schematics?
These are items. And we'll say with like the shield prototype, there's one that is in pieces and being worked on. It looks like they're trying to uh, you know uh, figure out what's the phrase when you try and take something apart to figure out how it works.
Re-engineer it?
Reverse engineer.
Yeah, reverse engineer. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to reverse engineer it. And let me share on my screen what the portable Sonatron does. This is also something you kind of got to go in the Wayback Machine to see.
Didn't one of our like one of the options originally have this as
It did.
Yeah.
It did indeed. Okay, so this is the portable Sonatron. Way back in Avengers 87.
Nice. Okay. You can stun them on Marvel. Very cool.
We love good stun.
Yeah.
So I think while Moreau has like a cursory understanding of these things, seeing like parts of them being reverse engineered, whatnot, this seems like something far better in the hands of Bevin. And I would just be like, hey, Bevin,
Yeah, bud.
there's a bunch of like tech over here that I've used before in the field, but like they're in various states. I think this is something for you and not as much me. I'll stick to the firearms.
Oh, sweet there, bud. Just throw it on top of the Badoon guy here. I'll just haul it out.
Just kind of with a thud, just kind of drop it on the half alive Badoon, maybe.
Dr. Crowder's going to want those intact, so please proceed cautiously.
Ah,
I
hey,
hear that, and I just kind of like tap them a little bit extra, just like jokingly, just like, yeah, they're fine, they're fine.
And we'll
yeah,
say, Moreau, there's one item that you would see that you tried to make out what it was, but you couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
think
Yeah, Bevin, do you have any idea what this is? I've never used whatever this is before.
would I? I wonder if I would recognize that.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Give me
work
a
mostly in,
logic. This was 16. Logic 16 check.
It doesn't look very portable.
And feel free to
No.
apply any traits you have that might give you bonuses on anything
Double
tech
check my-
related.
Yeah, I've got good stuff for tinkering around. I got Gearhead and Inventor.
Okay.
These will help me out here. What? Ooh, not amazing. Sorry, as I'm trying to do math here. Jeopardy's playing in the background.
As we all know.
As we all know.
As we all know,
I was
we
laughing
got
every time you guys
13
said
on the
that
dice.
in the video. Today's
But
video.
only plus 2, so 15 as well.
Okay. And that's with the with an edge.
Oh no, wasn't with an
Oh,
edge. Okay, I'm gonna roll
okay.
that too.
Marble.
Rolled into a 1.
Ah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it didn't make it.
All right. Yeah. So this one, maybe Torque can figure this one out.
Okay, sounds good.
So that's another option you have for him to look at.
That's gonna be busy.
He is.
Bevin would also be saying as he's passing, because we noticed that there's this washroom on the map we were passing by. And as Bevin's kind of hauling the body away, he'd be shouting to Kincaid, "Hey, Kincaid, Cade, you think they may have used the crapper in there? You might want to go check it out for some droppings." Bring that
Excellent
back
idea,
to the
actually.
There's a
Very good.
oh, good.
And he pulls out a little baggie, and then he just goes right into the washroom.
3 doctorates. I can't believe he fell for that.
Then he just comes back out with just disappointment through his mask there. She's like, I'll remember that. Follow you.
It's too easy.
Okay. So yeah. So in terms of what's you've searched anything, you've looted everything that's to be looted in the armory. So in addition to the gear, you've got this one sort of item that you need Torque or somebody maybe to take a look at. You've got 6 basic weapons. You've got 3 comm pieces that the armored ones had. You've got 3 suits of sort of, I would say battle damage, but it looks like maybe crash damaged as well. And you've got the 5 remaining belt, frag belts.
We know
Uh,
what.
We know what
all
they are.
right. And of course, the bodies, 2 of which are alive. So that's quite a bit. Okay, so let's transition from the armory. Let's say you make your, you bring all this stuff back. Everything gets to where it needs to go. All the equipment goes to Torque's workroom. All of the bodies goes to Crowder's now reclaimed lab. Remember, her lab was on the second floor, so she's back there. She's making sure everything's in place, and it's filled with bodies now, and maybe there's a couple of AIM agents there. They look to be pretty green, but are just there with weapons, just trained on the living ones. We'll say she's got some sort of mask hooked up to the 2 living ones, but it's hard to tell whether or not that would work on this anatomy. So that's part of the experimentation that's happening right now. She's trying to monitor. She's almost through the mask. You could almost sense that there's a happiness in her demeanor. That's quite rare.
It's always good to have 2 specimens for safety.
A backup.
Aaron and
Yep.
Aaron. And Aaron is Spare, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other thing I'll say is that as you are, bringing the bodies back, and there will be a moment where once again they're going to want to get you out of the mech suits just to run some diagnostics on him, see how things were going. There were obviously there's still cameras on there. Maybe 1 or 2 of them got dinged up in the fight and they got to fix those. So there's just maintenance, a couple hours of maintenance they have to do at least. So if anyone is down, health or focus, let's say you get at least a couple of hours at this point of rest time, where you're not in this suit, so you can gain back health or focus appropriately.
So
If
a couple hours
couple hours, yeah,
So how does that work again? You have to refresh me.
should be 2 times what times your rank. So
yeah,
like it'd be what
2 health. So for 2 hours, you would
yeah.
get 2 health if you're resting, or as we all know, 2 times 2 is 4, double if you're sleeping.
That's hard.
So if you want to rest and still, talk and stuff, but if you got a little more dinged up and you wanted to just go catch a nap, you could double your natural healing.
Yeah, I think Bevin's just gonna go take a nap.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could use the extra. As much as he wants to tinker around with the suit, now he's a little bagged.
Okay.
Go.
If I
Full.
take a nap, it only gets me to 2 below my maximum, so which is 30.
So I've just had a thought.
Mhm.
We could do a scene with OMJ and myself, because Mickey did get hurt.
Okay.
So we could be discovering,
Okay.
his powers.
Yeah. So kick it off. Kick the scene off.
So,
Tell me what you're thinking.
well, I'm just thinking that we're in. So I'm just trying to think. His original lab was okay. No, it was level 2, right? Armory's on level 3, right?
Correct.
Armory is
Or
level 2.
his not his lab, his I can't think of the word right now.
The examination room.
Yeah,
Medical portion of it.
sick bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much
Medical
Star
bay,
Trek.
yeah.
Sick bay. So we'll say sick bay's on level 2. So we're in sick bay, and he's kind of like looking me over to make sure I'm okay. And he notices that I'm perfectly fine, even though I did take multiple blasts from the basic weapon.
Where's the rash now? Where's it located?
Uh, so the rash covers the areas that were damaged.
Fascinating.
Hey, Big Bird, you okay there, bud? Now I'm starting to sound like Bevin. I've been around him too long. Goodness. Um,
Contagious.
You okay there, bud?
You okay there, bud?
Hey, the Canadian sneaks in there.
and yeah, because I know you took a bit of a pounding there, but these wounds are, I don't know, scarred over something with your rashes. Like, I yeah, you seem fine. How are you doing?
So I would say that the wounds are perfectly gone. It's just the only thing that you see is the rash over that area.
Sure.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Uh, must must have bounced off me or the mech suit or something. I don't know how science works, but
Not sure that's how wounds work, but there's a lot going on with your body and makeup, and there's a lot going on here that is not exactly normal. I'm just gonna say, unless this becomes worse or you notice something, like if whatever these rashes are that are localizing over wounds, like if it becomes a problem, let me know. Um, I will. I would recommend keeping this maybe between us and not let A.I.M find out too much about what's going on. Um, uh, my concern is obviously your well-being. So as long as that's good for right now, and you're being honest with me here, and you're okay, like we'll carry on. But yeah, this is whatever whatever this is not it's not normal.
so Mickey like lost focus like partway through, staring off into space, and just says, "I named him Rashi."
Great. Yeah, Rashi. Just yeah, let me know if Rashi gets mean, I guess.
Now we know why he just gives him a sucker.
Yeah. And then as always after a checkup, just kind of place that little sucker in Mickey's hand and okay.
But like from a medical standpoint, it's literally like everything's fine except the rash is expanded over the areas that were you had noticed where he got hit.
Yeah, like I think we're good to move on, but I like maybe the idea of Mickey's normal and my normal are slightly different, and I'm keen to keep an eye on it, even if
Oh
Mickey is
yeah.
like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm a bowling ball, I'm fine. But also keep an eye on Kade. He probably fine, but he's gonna want to experiment on you, and I don't know how that's gonna go.
I think he wants me in pieces.
Uh, he might want everybody in pieces. Who knows?
Kate, is there anything in particular you and Crowder would like to discuss, or are there any questions you have for her, or anything you might want to suggest, that she could spend her time sort of researching while you're off on your next mission?
So Cade would be, um, yeah, he would be interested in the aliens and the physiology of them, but he'd also be curious about these ships, and so he'd look at her and he'd be like, "Do you suppose this is a singular species on these ships, or would these be considered the advanced troops?" Um, and he'd often be thinking about he'd seen some armored and seen not armored, but no. Then he'd also be thinking that they didn't even try to communicate, right?
Hmm.
And so he'd be curious about that, and he'd wonder perhaps maybe we can look at their vocal cords, or so you see if there is any way of them. Do they communicate vocally, or do they communicate as like a hive mind? And
Yeah, so and you could spend like the 2 hours kind of like going back and forth, and she says, vocal cords seem to be, similar to what you might expect in other advanced species capable of speech. Um, did not detect. Actually, let me roll for her on this.
Hmm.
Okay. As she's poking around the brain a little bit. Um,
On the live one or the dead one?
Abdullah Abdagada.
yes. Um,
Depends if he wanted to do another vivisection or not.
it looks like there doesn't seem to be the capability for any type of telepathy or speech of that nature
Mhm.
here. Uh, it's interesting though. It does appear that one of these armored ones uh, has certain areas of his brain that appear to be, I guess the only word I could use would almost be like more muscled, more almost as though a regular muscle grows in size the more it is used. There's one particular area of the brain here that just looks more physically developed. It's quite interesting. Perhaps there is some type of um, uh, I don't want to say exercise, but some type of activity that they use that certain members of this caste, these armored warriors use that the others would not. Uh,
Hmm.
I'll have to look more on that.
Fascinating. I wonder if we could investigate further and find other casts of this species.
Yeah, I would say
Perhaps they.
be on the lookout for a device of some kind, be it technological or possibly biological, that one could use the way you know one of your less intelligent friends might use gym equipment or something like that
Hmm.
to exercise their bodies.
Hmm.
Yes, it seems to be a possibility. And I am picking up what comes across as trace DNA from other related species. The DNA match is near perfect, but there are some permutations in there. I don't think it's a mutation. It seems to be more deliberate than that.
So it's not evolution; it's engineering. You'd say.
Possibly.
Hmm. Fascinating. Well, I do believe that there's quite enough evidence here that will have quite a few papers and research to possibly even advance our own understanding of our own physiology, and perhaps there's something we can use here to for biological weaponry. I'd hate to suggest such a thing, but they do seem rather resilient to some of our base attacks. Increasing our weaponry against this physiology may become very useful.
Indeed, yes. But I'll continue my research and I will let you know and let you know most importantly uh, what would further the research. But if you and your group, or if you can influence your group
Hmm. Quite easily, I'm
to
sure.
get uh, a closer look at the ship and to see if there are other examples of where these other bits of DNA that I've picked up, the bodies that might have belonged to, that would be very interesting.
Hmm. To further our research, to further our advancement. Absolutely.
That's why we are here.
Hmm.
Excellent. And then she just ignores you and goes back
Yeah.
to like poking brain matter of living and dead species. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, okay, let's see. Bevin sleeping. Billy, what do you think Greg might be doing?
Well, I was taking a nap too, but
Well, you were okay.
we could be up by now if you want.
I think yeah, if that's everyone's kind of taken care of. Yeah, we'll say at least for now, 2 hours go by. So that's 2 hours if you're resting, get back one per hour, which is two total. If you were sleeping, that's two per hour, which is 4 total. That's your rank times the hours doubled if you're sleeping. And then yeah, let's say the alarm goes off. You just and it looks like they've made some basic repairs on the cameras and patched up some holes on the mechs, and we'll say at this point you probably notice a few people. Let's say it's Sophie is is in one of the rooms. It's like a little break room, let's say, and there's a TV on in there, and she's just kind of flipping through static, not getting a lot, and then gets a channel where there is a newscast going on.
Oh, and I'll step in there. I'll survey the area. Do they have any snacks in this break room?
Yeah, of course, sure.
So I'll grab a handful of Twinkies or something, and then go sit down next to her and be like, "Hey, Sophie, how's it going?" It's Sophie or Sophia? I forgot already.
Uh, I forgot
Sophie.
too. Was it
Sophie.
I think it's Sophie.
Okay, Sophie.
okay?
Sorry. And I was like, "How's it going? Any news on what's going on out there? Any more chaos?"
Yeah, and she looks at you and says, "Yeah, it's a lot of dated news stuff that we could have seen just looking at our windows, but yeah, the reports that are coming in now though aren't just about New York anymore. There's reports coming in from elsewhere about other accidents or crashes like this in other parts of the world.
Oh wow, this is big. This is
Yeah.
this is
Uh,
bigger than we thought.
um, and there were a couple government, shelter in place, blah blah blah, stay inside. They've evacuated this whole area of Midtown. Uh, of course, they don't know that we're down here,
Yeah.
but everything up there has or should be evacuated. But it looks like there are still a few folks still in the area. In fact, just down the block, there's some reporters that are trying to capture uh, some some live some live feeds right now, and you can look at the TV screen, and it looks like shaky cam. It looks like somebody's got like a portable camera and is following a reporter, a short brunette woman, just kind of following her uh, through some rubble. You can see it looks like they're in Times Square. Um, and yeah, and then Sophie, do you have any other questions for her or?
No, I guess I'd just be like chatting up where there's like, oh man, that looks like Times Square. This is like a lot of rubble out there, big disaster. Man, we saw
Yeah,
some of that earlier, but like, man, that ship must have done a lot of damage. Oh,
yeah,
well,
and,
did I
and
know it was a ship? Oops. Yeah, we did. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, she laughs and she goes, "Oh wow, you're right. They are really close." And she's looking at it. She's like, "Is that live?" Uh,
Kind of went in and was like, yeah, it looks like. I mean, it looks like some live footage.
and then she turns the volume up a little bit, and you can hear a voice come across and say, "Once again, this is Chess Roberts for CBNC, and we saw some movement from our previous vantage point, and we're trying to get a closer look, with the hopes that this information could be helpful to anyone out there. Hopefully, Avengers, if you can hear us, please let us know. Give us a sign, something." And oh, shh, shh, shh. And then she ducks down a little bit, and you can hear, some sort of sound off in the distance that the camera picks up. And and she waits for it to go by, and then she gets a little closer to the camera and says, "Once again, we are near Times Square, just outside of the Nasdaq building where our studio is. Most people in the area have been evacuated, but we stayed behind to try and bring you some helpful news. And where we are now, this is the state." And the cameraman kind of steps up and looks all the way around, and can see like this is like literally the end of the block that you are on. So when he turns the camera to the right, like you can see the rubble. Actually, this is on the other side of the building, the north side of the building that you guys weren't on.
Yeah,
You exited the south side of the building and didn't get very far. It went right back
but we still
outside.
recognize. I still recognize that as our area, like around our building.
Yeah, I mean, it's an iconic area of New York. In fact, when the camera turns back, you can see there's this like the Nasdaq building is known for having this huge like three floors of like a glass window where a lot of news offices, especially financial news, have offices that you could just look in and you can see people doing financial news reports, and it's because it's the Nasdaq building. And then there's this giant, I don't know how tall it is, but it's got to be like, I don't know, 10 stories or so. Uh, uh, it's a big ad essentially, but it's like one of the biggest um, sort of digital billboards in the world, or at the time at least it was. That's dark, right? So it's like all of these iconic lights and all this advertisement in Times Square is all dark and not lit up, which is a strange thing for anyone in the area to be seeing. And you can see there's rubble, parts of buildings have fallen down.
Are any of
You
the other
see,
guys close to this cafeteria? Like I know that it's like Mickey's getting looked at. Is anybody within earshot?
yeah,
You
let's
could
say
have
let's say paste. Bevin, wakes up. You guys both
yeah,
said let's just get a couple of hours, set our alarm. So
Bevin's still
So,
stretching and just kind of like rotating his arms a little
so
bit.
I'm like, hey guys, Bevin, anybody? Like, looks like there's some shit going on down here. This is
All right, there,
like
bud. What's with the shouting? Hold on, let's go. Let's
on
what's going on?
TV.
Well, would you look at that? Oh boy, these Avengers are going to be pretty busy, eh? What is that just up the street from us? Isn't that
Yes,
where
yeah.
your
apparently there's no sign of the
your
Avengers.
lunch?
And then yeah, Sophie will say, yeah, you just missed it. It sounded like they called out to the Avengers, but the Avengers haven't been in contact with anyone.
I'm not sure they've seen anybody, Bevin. I like we we may be the last line of defense.
Yeah.
Um, and then we'll say another minute goes by, and they pick up on that, and they say once again, the ship hit Avengers Tower. We have not heard from anyone from the Avengers, at least the New York Avengers, since then. Maybe there was somebody from the West Coast that weighed in. Also, there was reports, and then you can see like uh, some cell phone footage, blurry because there's some smoke in the air at this point, and very shaky of where they pause it looks like the Fantastic car flying towards the burning tower, and it lands in that little deck. Uh, I don't paste if you're near your tower, but there's like there's a little deck of uh, of Avengers Tower where it lands on. There we go, right there.
Wouldn't that would say?
Excellent. Yep. Yep. So the car comes in, lands right there, uh, and then they say that's there hasn't been any movement since, and we'll say that for the previous podcast for the previous like news report, like they just had a camera kind of trained on that, uh, just to see if anyone would come out, and there hasn't been any movement on that tower.
And I lean in and I was like, Bevin, does that look like the Fantastic car? Man, it looks like they might have some reinforcements coming in.
See, there you go, bud. Problem solved. Fantastic Four's got this one. let's just go. Let's get a few more winks. And Bevan's is like just still like aching. He's like, I only got 2 hours. I feel like I only got like 4 health points back. I could use a few more.
You, you still got all your teeth? Oh wait, no, you don't have all of them.
Nope, not for years now.
How are you guys looking health wise? How many are y'all down?
I'm only down 2 and down 1 focus at this point.
Okay.
Let's see.
General roll call? Or
Yeah,
just, yeah, I think we took some general blast damage, but recovered some of this. So I think we only took 5. So I think we're only down a couple health points at this point in time.
Okay.
And then but 5 focus.
I'm at 19 from 60.
No, oh my gosh. Wow.
Bevan's hitting the snooze button. A few more hours, please, bud.
Wow.
Cade took a frag thong to the face, and he's barely
Yeah.
Maybe
Bevan
he lived.
barely hanging on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
yeah. All right. But whatever. Yeah. Bevan's, if we're going outside, Bevan's more, he'd be looking at that crash ship too, because we're obviously getting footage of the crash ship. Like it's buried inside the building, but we still see
Right.
bits of it. And yeah, Bevin can't help but wonder, think what kind of fun technologies they got in there.
Yeah.
So Bevin's like, all right, well, the Fantastic Four haven't come out in a bit. Maybe they could use a little AIM assistance.
So-
You want to go see what they left, what goodies left behind in that their ship there?
Yeah.
So
So yeah. So let's say at the very
connect
least, you
the
guys all
two,
gather together
like,
so you
yep.
can share this information.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because Mickey will head to the cafeteria to eat all the food at this point.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
to
and
poop at this point. It's breakfast.
Moreau is probably like, I gotta watch this kid. There's something going on here.
Yeah. So after 3 or 4 meals that you've crammed into your 2 hours.
And this 5'8" skinny kid, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys all make your way back towards the garage there, where the mechs were. And let's say there's a, a mandatory meeting essentially where they're going to give another status report. And 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 we'll say that Sophie's one of the people that will help give that report. And she, just gives a report on, in general, how, from a personnel standpoint, kind of representing sort of HR, like how things are standing. And she just goes through like percentages, right? She doesn't mention names. It's just like everyone's a number. Like this team lost 70% of its people. This team lost 56% of its people. So, all in all, it looks like AIM is at probably a little less than half capacity, which maybe is like a miracle that it's only that low. So let's say you're at about 40% of what you should be, a little less than half. So that's her report. Um, we'll say that Gary, then Gary Greenberg, speaks up. And again, so Sophie is not in an outfit, a name outfit, but Gary is, and he'll say, we have made excellent progress on the tasks we put ahead of us. He gestures towards you guys, saying that we've been successful in retaking the armory, and a bunch of people in the area clap their hands and are happy. This isn't like, maybe for maybe for copy for Dr. Kade, this is a little weird because he's not used to this kind of like acclaim from his boss. But just the regular folks here in the motor pool are genuinely like grateful and happy for you guys doing what you're doing. And they did say another team was able to clear or help clear the entrance as well. So we've got our defenses are back up, and we are working on bringing additional defenses online.
Bevin would be curious
Oh.
about the power source. Are we still on backup power now?
We are still, yep, we are still on our internal power source right now. There's not a lot of everything's generator power. Now in this area, and maybe this is like a segue before he hands this off to Sophie again. Perhaps a segue that, luckily some of the buildings in the area do have quite a bit of capabilities, like the NASDAQ building. That's money. That's the most important thing in the world. So yeah, that's got plenty of power. Those systems won't go down for a while. So that building certainly has got some, but there's more physical damage to that building. So there are pockets of issues there. And but yeah, all in all, a lot of this area is kind of just dead, power wise.
Okay.
Hence why it was difficult to get a lot on a lot of communications coming in, or a lot on local TV, for sure. Communications in general are spotty, because everyone's hogging up whatever cell towers there are, some of which might be down, so it's not easy to get a signal in the city right now.
Dark
And
Knights have been reliable anyway, so all right, fair enough.
uh, uh, sorry, Greenberg. Do we know how many alien forces are still in the building, or an approximation?
We do not believe there are any additional any left in the building.
Okay, good to
Um,
know.
and he'll even say, which is curious. It did not seem to be an organized force. Um, we did have some opportunity to review some of the security tapes once we were able to get the front entrance locked down, and it looked pretty chaotic. So I think whatever forces made their way in here didn't seem to be part of a plan.
Yeah, maybe the crash caught them by surprise too, and they were just scrambling.
They were just trying to salvage whatever they could, save themselves and salvage whatever they could.
Yeah. And he says, we did get a little bit of intel from one of ours that was on the outside when it happened, and did have some corroborating evidence that it was perhaps a surprise. It was
Hmm.
certainly not a kamikaze type event.
It,
This was not their plan.
hmm. It does seem fairly strange. An advanced civilization that could traverse the stars just happens to crash land on our, well, considering a backworld planet. It seems to me that they were either desperate or perhaps being hunted. Fascinating.
Yeah. And then
Do we know
Sophie
if
will
there's
pop
any other
up and
ship?
say, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just a follow up question. Do we know if there are any other ships?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And Sophie is like, excellent question, Dr. Cade. There are unconfirmed reports of none in the immediate area, but of other locations being struck with similar incidents. I'll be honest, what I've heard on the news, I don't know what I can trust. I've heard England, I've heard Canada, I've heard all sorts of different areas, and then I've heard other reports coming in saying no, it didn't happen here. So it's difficult to confirm for sure, but it did seem like there were a number, and it did seem like it was very much an evolving story. I think maybe by tomorrow we will know more.
I'll be like, oh yeah, while you were off examining stuff, they had like they showed us stuff on the news. Apparently, this ships have hit multiple places.
So it doesn't seem to be an invasion,
Well, I wouldn't
perhaps.
rule that one out. It seems like that'd be a perfect way to do an invasion. Just the pilot sucked. Maybe it was more kamikaze than we know. Maybe that was just maybe the ships were built to crash in the ground. For all we know, they're tunneling under us right now. Has anybody been
Well, it
into the
seems
sub basement?
you do may perhaps have a point, but perhaps we could confirm this theory if we investigate the ship and look for more advanced or other alien species, perhaps, than we've already discovered. The Badoon don't seem overly sophisticated. Um, it does not perhaps mean that they are the only species to have made this trip.
Yep. And that's where Gary says, um, yes, but we want to take steps towards that. And I think we should start as soon as possible. And he, gestures to the tech guys, the almost like squires, right? Like the people that would help the knight get onto their horse. This is like the people that would help you to get into your
Adorn me.
your mech suits. Yes, adorn me. Um,
It's
he kind
surprising
of
that we're not the squires.
yeah. Yeah, strange times, strange times. And again, you look around and any, a lot of the more senior people are probably still in sick bays. Like for example, Moreau, you do not see Sergeant Weathers here.
George.
Yep, he's probably licking his wound still.
Yep. Um,
Although, strangely enough, I still have his badge and earpiece. You know, if that's ever helpful at any point.
So do we
um,
have some marching orders then? Are we?
yeah, yeah. So what Gary will say is, yeah. So
That's what Greg.
your the last attempt made to do recon in the area lasted uh, single digits in seconds. Uh, Not that you didn't get valuable information, but I do believe things have calmed down enough where hopefully we could get a little farther. What I'd like is for you to go around the other side of the building and go up 6th Avenue and then west on 43rd and scout out that area and see what additional intel uh, you can bring in.
Let's suit up.
Okay, I have a very specific question.
Yeah.
Has Mickey ever seen a map of the area? And
Oh yeah. Yeah.
throughout his various tests, seen a map of how far down AIM headquarters go, and if there is some overlap over like some subways or something where we could get to our location otherwise.
Oh, you would have no idea about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
he,
anything.
he may have seen those, but he can't extrapolate between them.
Um, I don't think even security or the technical people would have seen anything like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
No, that's fair. It's
Yeah.
just going on the trait that I changed
Oh
to.
yeah. But no,
Yeah.
this isn't
No,
anything
that's
that
fine.
was like missed or anything
But
like that.
but
But
I'm
what I will
thinking,
tell you is
okay.
that um, you know, the marching orders, like what comes to mind to you is that this does feel a little bit like a canary in a coal mine situation. It does feel like let's have them go out the other area and see what they kick up. Uh, Maybe there's another invisible Badoon outside. Tactically, it makes sense. What they want to do is clear as much of the perimeter around the building as possible. That just makes sense. But yeah, it's pretty clear that's to Mickey at least. This is just another, head down the coal mine and
Yeah,
let us know when you pass out.
I
I was
mean,
thinking the same thing.
you say those words, but Mickey probably does not understand any of that. I'm just thinking about like if we're going outside and he's seen a map, he could and he saw how when we went outside, he saw where the rubble was. With the trait that he has, he could say, "Hey, we can go out these doors, go around here. That'll get us to there. Get
Yeah,
us
I don't think
covered."
that's true. Yeah, this isn't. I mean, I'm telling you as somebody who lives in the area,
No,
there's no
no,
subways, on
no, no,
that
no, no. That's
road.
fair.
Right,
That's
yeah.
fair.
Or who works in the
But
area,
my
rather.
my so my thought is like he describes how we can go out the mech doors or the garage
Mhm.
and get around to the building that we want to go to with the most amount of cover Like,
Sure. Yeah.
like
Yeah. Well,
the
actually, here's the great thing. All right, this is good. Okay, so yeah, we'll say the following: the film footage that you saw, and we'll say there's plenty of opportunity for them to repeat some of that footage. And maybe actually they're probably still out there and they're still kind of, the cameraman's giving like a wide look. You will be able to recall all of the details of everything that came in on that feed.
no, that's right. I'm just thinking like he describes that plus a
Yeah.
little bit more that wasn't on the camera that he happened to see.
I don't know where you're getting that's an ability from.
It's the
Like,
eidetic memory.
yeah, but that's not how eidetic memory works. Eidetic memory works is if you see something, you can recall it.
Yeah,
What
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
the
is I'm telling you what you can
okay,
see.
okay. No, that's fair.
So like I can't,
No,
like you
that's
don't see
fair.
anything related to a subway or
No,
anything
no, no.
underground.
I'm not talking about the subway. I'm talking about describing how like the
Like stuff you saw in the background of the video footage, just to get a little extra. Maybe you saw
yeah,
some better
like
cover
there
with
was
what you
some
did.
things that everybody saw in the video that Mickey saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep. If
No,
anything like that, totally. Yeah,
no,
that's what
no,
I
no.
mentioned. Yep. If anything like that comes up, like that'll be so if there's something within that camera view, even if it's kind of a little bit in retrospect, I'll certainly allow you to use that to at least ask the question, hey, when the camera swung this way, did I see X?
No,
Uh,
no, sorry. I moved away from the subway.
okay.
I was more thinking of the surface with the where all the debris was.
Yep. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That's what I mentioned.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's good.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you guys can suit up.
All right.
Um, yeah, let me know how you want to head out, how you want to progress. If there's a particular like marching order or anything.
I know Moreau would be near the back. That
Yeah.
seems
First,
kind of like his place. But as we're suiting up, we'll just like kind of chat with the group and be like, I got a bad feeling about this, y'all. Like I've had my fair share of orders where we're cannon fodder, and this feels a lot like one of those times. So
yeah, but what are we going
be
to do?
careful out there.
Sit around here and eat Twinkies all day?
I
I
mean,
quite disagree. I do believe that there's quite a bit of information and advantage that we could certainly learn and gain from these aliens, these ships and the species. That I'm sure the technology, at the very least, is something that could be better served. That could better serve our humankind if we were to recover it.
I can
and
help you
Moreau
crack
just kind of
one.
laughs and yeah, of course you want to check out the haunted house that fell from the sky for reasons unknown. I totally understand that that's where you're
The
coming from.
truth is out there. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, heads on swivels. Be careful.
Careful's
Literally,
my
like,
middle name.
sorry. Go ahead.
And Mickey's
I said,
walking out front, poking his rash.
I just said careful's my middle name.
Yeah, I think we know the two people are going up front then.
I mean,
Well,
he's usually in the way, so.
Kade would definitely be eager to start moving forward. Yeah.
All right, now we know the three people up front then. I think
He's got some new resilience.
Bevin's just limping in the back with Moreau there. He's still not up.
Well, knowing that Bevin's in rough shape and we're going back out, I mean, I can hang close to him.
No. Bevin, no, buds. You got the blockers. I checked over your suit there, buds. She's in top notch. So you stand up front there with Canary. Well, directly behind Canary. Make sure he's in front of you. Once he's done pin cushioning for you, then you're our second line of defense. And then for kicks, maybe just put Kade in front of you for a few hits. Get him dirty. And then yeah, I think I'll protect Moreau here, and we'll assist from behind.
Well, then let's get to it.
All right.
If there is a marching order, so it seems it's going to be Mickey, then it's going to be
Greg.
Greg, and
Yeah.
then Kade would be right behind him.
Okay. 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 So yeah, you know, uh, you guys can head out the front door. You need probably this is something, Billy, that Greg could do, but you would actually no, you wouldn't go out the front door. Sorry, you would still go out the side door, and then work your way around. Right, the elevator would go up. There's a way for you to get out that kind of side door, and then you can start walking around towards the front of the building. Right, so you get
And
out.
I
Yep.
will have one of the shotguns and the smoke grenade with me if I can store it somewhere.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Sounds good.
So the thought was
Mhm.
with what I had seen on video and the debris was to kind of not like actually consciously, but move people around through the safest way possible with what Mickey remembers.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's say that the
yeah.
rest of the team sees this as like an uncanny
Mm-hmm.
and confident ability for Mickey to take you guys through the rubble. And there are like huge chunks of building that might block your view of what's beyond. And he just happens to pick the exact way to go that allows access through. Like it's almost like a little bit of a labyrinth of rubble that he's able to just somehow confidently work his way through.
While he's poking his rash.
Well, yeah, while
So
the rash
may,
is nudging you. Yeah.
they may not be confident in him, but he appears to be confident.
Yeah.
Sorry, is does Mickey wear armor? Just
I
as
mean, he has the sturdy one from the exoscoot or exosuit.
okay,
Yeah.
so is he
Yeah,
also wearing like an AIM beehive suit as well, or is this
I would
more?
assume at some point.
Yeah, I would say that was probably um uh, either necessary or at least considered standard where they would give you one of those to just better operate. You know, it's got a little bit of helmet protection so you don't hit your head as you move around. And yeah, so we'll say you're definitely in one.
Although I think realistically, it was Moreau. Moreau's like, wear this.
Yeah.
They don't care about you. Just wear this.
Actually, it might also be anyone, at least right now going on the outside. They don't necessarily want people to see who's operating a mech suit that is definitely against all sorts of laws. It's obviously AIM,
Yeah,
right? But at least there's some plausible deniability there.
yeah.
Okay. And OMJ, Moreau's got one of the sniper rifles.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that I left a majority of what was found in the armory back behind in the motor pool. I'm keeping in my inventory for now, but I will primarily be
Mhm.
relying on the sniper rifle.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Um, Yeah, so we'll say you guys make your way through this wave of debris. It opens up a little bit, and then at that point you can see at least, this part of that NASDAQ building where the big sign is kind of like, dark, but it's big enough where no matter how big the rubble is, that's an identifying mark, and you can see that off in the distance. And at this point, you haven't encountered any resistance.
We're
Keep
looking
moving.
around. Are there still civilians in the area? We got police in the area. We got
You see,
what's
good question. So we'll say you don't see any signs of movement. You do see plenty of ex-civilians. So some of the rubble has crushed cars,
oh,
has crushed people. There's, probably at this point, this is still like into the night of day one,
mhm.
right? It was the first game was noon, and then several hours went by, and now it's like, what do you guys think? Maybe 10 o'clock or so, something like that.
So no emergency responders, or is there like we're coming across so far?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was um, how about you hear, and maybe there was even talk about like a perimeter that was set up.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was like blocks away. So you can hear in the distance maybe sirens and stuff like that. Uh, but
We're kind of near ground zero when they're kind of setting it up behind us, or
yeah,
still
yeah.
in.
At this point, like this is considered like they don't know the details of what's happening. This has happened enough in New York City where it's like, back up, get the hell out of the way, let the Avengers sort it out. There will be lightning, there will be weird magic stuff happening, there will be missiles, there's probably gonna be a nuke or two. So you just want to get out of the area. So New Yorkers probably know at this point, inevitably when this happens, just get out. And probably in this world, those evacuations are well understood. But we'll say that you do see, you see, we'll say right out front, you see a couple of police officers. You do see, as you make your way through the rubble, a couple of Badoon without armor that have been, it looks like shot with traditional, weapons, bullets. And they are dead. Hard to tell how long, but it doesn't look like. I mean, how long could it be? It could only be a few hours ago.
Mhm.
We don't see those reporters anywhere, right? The news crew.
Um, give me a vigilance check,
For
because you
everybody, or
did,
just
huh?
for everybody, or just
Yeah. I mean, if you think you were looking for reporters, then go ahead, give me a roll. And they were trying to hide, so I'm going to make a roll for them. This will be an opposed roll.
Cool.
If you do have any type of
yeah.
reason to give an edge, let me know.
Oh,
Well, I've
you
got
got an
investigation.
ultimate fantastic.
Ooh,
An
ultimate.
ultimate fantastic?
Wow.
Almost. I'm one off. I can
Oh,
turn this 5 into a 6. I'm pretty close, but I don't have an edge, I wouldn't
oh,
say.
okay.
So no, but pretty darn high roll.
Yeah.
I've got interrogation. Um, excuse me, investigation, and I rolled a 10 with a +2, so I rolled a 14 before adding any edge. But that doesn't
Yeah.
top the roll.
Yeah. You can give me an edge on that if you're actively looking. Yeah.
Yeah, it just went up by one more, so
Okay. And Pace,
13.
what did Bevin get?
17 on the die.
And
Woo.
a Marvel or?
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez, that's awesome.
All right. So we'll say, did anyone get any higher than that? Okay.
Oh, we're all rolling. My
Oh,
apologies.
only
If you're looking.
if you think your character would be looking, then you can roll
Oh,
like, if you think.
sorry. Just a point of order. I do have the sensors for detect aliens, so that Kate would already have that on to try to
Okay,
scan.
yeah. Um,
So not looking for reporters, looking for alien signatures.
yeah,
As,
okay,
as,
okay.
as
This is good. So we'll say you are focusing on that as Bevin kind of points out ahead and says, "Oh, I see them." And then anyone rolled over, then they rolled pretty low. So
No.
anything over a 12. You can see that they're trying to hide, but they're not doing a very good job. The cameraman slips a little bit, bangs clearly they're not used to this. Uh,
Doesn't
the
feel that
uh,
good.
the reporter woman is shushing him loudly. They're not necessarily accustomed to being out in the field, and even the way they're dressed is not like, you know, uh, it's obvious they're not like accustomed to this, but it seems like they're trying to get close. And right now you can see them, Bevin, you can see them hunkered down, um, we'll say behind an abandoned vehicle, and Dr. Cade can see approaching a signature that is moving with deliberate motion, right? If they were staying still, it probably wouldn't pop up. It would come in and out. But this is like you're getting consistent pings from something that is moving.
hmm.
And it looks a little bigger than the Badoon signatures you were used to seeing.
For Kate to say anything, Bevin, as he's pointing out the news crew, be like, shine up the armor there, boys. We're going to be on TV, and start directing them towards where that news crew might be. And as I start shuffling them forward,
Kade would definitely jump in there and start indicate that that there seems to be a signature approaching us at rapid speed. Seems to be on the and doesn't seem to be any signature we've encountered so far. Presumably.
Hearing that, Moreau is just immediately gonna shoulder the sniper rifle and go sights up. I don't know if that will help him see the approach, but basically just getting ready for whatever this is to put it down if need be.
Right.
So if Kate's tracking this on some sort of like radar sense that he has there, he would just be trying to pointing it out, say 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or whichever way he would presume it would be coming.
Moreau, would you want to get try and get some elevation, because there is some rubble in the area, and it might be a little difficult to get a consistently clean shot.
I think that's a great question. If depending on how panicked Kate is about this impending thing, it might be time is of the essence, and he might not have time to grab some elevation. But obviously that would be advantageous. So if there's time to do it, would love to.
Okay, yeah. We'll say luckily there's quite a bit of rubble, so you can almost pick your perch.
Pick your pile.
And so you're next to Mickey. And Mickey, if you wanted to, maybe you could even point out a particular place that would be an ideal area, and that you remember being from their vantage point being a clean view. And now that you're seeing it from this view, you can say, oh, I think if you went up there, you'd have a clean view of them.
I mean, does an 8 give me anything?
Oh, an 8 on your... Well, if this wouldn't be a roll because you're just recalling. So I guess what I'm saying is if...
No, but I'm just thinking that with an 8, like the vigilance roll of an 8, he may not realize what's going on.
Okay, you're saying so you might not even realize that Moreau is looking to get into position. Okay, sure. Yeah, it works. All right, so
terrible, but it works.
So Moreau, you could then find an average place. You don't get a perfect view. Sometimes things are going in and out, but you can kind of get up there. And we'll say that you can see a large form kind of pass through a shooting lane, moving towards the direction of not you, but of these newscasters. And the newscasters don't necessarily recognize that you can put this, you've got a good view of the newscasters, and they are not paying attention to that or not recognizing it. And then you can move your scope, say, to the left, and now all of a sudden you see this form. Don't get a perfect view of it, but it's a large sort of different color than the Badoon, almost like an orangish large form.
If Cade sees him taking sort of a tactical, aggressive position, he would probably say something to the lines of "We don't know if they're aggressive. Perhaps we don't want to start a dialogue with gunfire."
I'm not firing until I know there's a threat.
Excellent.
But I would. So I'm of two minds of this. One is I want to make sure that the news reporters are a little bit more cautious. And so I guess I'm asking Fuzzy. Oh, go ahead.
Could be more cautious than walking around in giant beekeeper suits, honestly. We can't throw any shade about what they're wearing.
Well, they're not, these aren't their surroundings that they're familiar with. They're not really paying attention. So I guess my thought is would it be more expedient to yell out hey, everybody get down, something's coming, or to just fire a shot kind of in their general area and scare them?
I would say
because I don't know how far away I got to necessarily perch up where I'm at.
Yeah. I would say your thought on that would be, you're all in these mech suits, which are probably as intimidating as an alien. Heck, you might even be mistaken. Like this is tech that
Sure.
the outside world
True.
hasn't seen, right? So you're not, you don't have any evidence that you would be seen as on their side. But give me what kind of check do I want for this? Um, Give me a logic check. Target number 12.
All right. Just got a 12
Oh,
with a
wow.
fantastic. So,
Oh, okay. Fantastic success on that.
yeah.
Um, Sophie's voice comes over your comm in a whisper so as not to alert you because she is viewing obviously what's going on and recognizes that you're in a getting into a shooting position. Um, and asks you like, probably see, can sense you hesitate. I mean, this is like her job, right? Like, she can sense you sort of hesitate. And so she'll pop on and she'll be like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you thinking of?"
I mean, we got something coming. Don't know what it is yet, but I need the civilians to be safe before anything pops off. So,
Right.
uh,
Yeah. And
let's-
she'll confirm what you said before, and using her psychologist background, obviously, to say, "Listen, from what I can see, they're trying to do a good job out there, but they're definitely scared. I think if you shoot, they won't know what direction it's coming from. They're liable to run in a random direction, or worse, they're liable to just stay put if something's coming towards them." Um, uh, do you think anyone there, and maybe I can see if someone here, do you think there's any way we can get in contact with them? Can you see what kind of communications they're using? Are they on phones? Are they on radios? Can you notice anything? Could you put your scope up and see if you can detect anything like that?
yeah, and I will definitely like put the scope on them, keep them downrange, and just kind of look out for, like outlines of a phone in a pocket or anything as far as earpieces, things of that nature.
Yeah. Uh, we'll say that they are and the lead and the reporter seems to be doing this more, but she is occasionally, and this is maybe why she's not noticing what's going on, but she is occasionally looking at her phone and then will will repeat something that she's being given. It's almost like she does have inbound communications either from text or some other means to give her updates kind of from a main office somewhere.
Great. Do I recognize this reporter?
Yes, her name is Chess Roberts,
Okay.
and in world, she would be well known enough that she had covered Iron Man in particular. And maybe if Bevin is a fan of the Avengers, he might recognize her. But there was a moment, I guess one of many moments where people thought Tony Stark was dead. She was the one who like kind of broke the story and mentioned that he was alive. She's also a financial news reporter and covered him specifically from that angle, which is explains. And this is all like you can look Chess Roberts up. She's not a huge character. She's only appeared once or twice, but she was the one who did work at CBNC in World. So yeah, you
Great.
definitely she's definitely well known enough where you would recognize her.
So I would just tell Sophie, like, looks like Chess Roberts is getting texts or some sort of communication, like ping her phone and tell her to get cover. And then I would try and like look and find where the nearest cover is so that I could convey those directions to be sent to Chess.
Okay, hold on. Let me get Torque. And then, she puts it on hold for a bit. And then she says, yeah, tell me exactly what you want, what message you want sent.
Yeah, basically we have incoming. Don't know if it's friendly or or not. Just find the safest bit of cover. That looks like there's something off to the left here that might
Mhm.
keep them a little bit safer. And stay down until we have a chance to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and she will, add to that, and then you hear her repeat that to Torque, and then Torque's got some communication guys with him as well, and then she'll add on that, and just make sure you let them know that the people in the yellow mech suits are friendlies. Tell them they're heroes. And
Does that mean we get karma now?
she says point. she's point, very pointedly saying that. And then she'll say to you, um, I want you guys to try and get in a position between the camera and whatever that thing is and put it down.
Well,
Okay, so is that going into all of our communications or just mine?
That's what I was about ready to ask.
yeah.
Um, uh, let's say just yours for
Okay,
now.
because
Just for now. Yeah, just for now.
okay, so before before I take my next step, uh, does whatever alien that is coming, and I know time is of the essence, but like,
Yeah.
does it look like something I may have seen on a news broadcast before, and it's identifiable as something that we may have seen on the news, something the Avengers would have interacted with, something along those lines that like I could easily determine if it was friendly or not?
I would say that you here. I would say as this is as you hear her say these words, the thing comes into view. It is like looking around and then orients on them. And then it doesn't actually ever make, direct contact with you, but you do get a kind of a good look. And that's what it looks like. There is no Gamora in the picture, unfortunately for you.
The
It's
thing.
just that thing. It's got this thick kind of orangey skin, not fully clothed because the Badoon are weird like that. It does have, you know, metallic bits that are, almost, it's not as elegant maybe as like a Reaver, which, there's got some recent history there, but has this sort of like large, dangerous looking metal mouth that's been, fused onto it. It does not appear to be looking around with any uh, empathy. It's looking around, kind of like moving, like breathing, just kind of like hulking around, just like looking for something to to kill. I mean, you can see its eyes, furrowed brow, muscles clenching. It's got these weird gloves on that occasionally will spark a little bit, and and then right after that, it leaves your field of view, and you can see you've probably got one other sort of shooting lane. If you move your scope a little bit, you've got one last, opportunity to get a good shot before it hits them.
Yeah. I think that's enough for me to know that it's triggers are free. So I'm just gonna say, buckle up, boys. They want us to play hero ball and fire a shot, aiming kind of like right for the
Okay,
the weird metal jaws.
All right.
I
Uh,
do want to say something.
yeah.
If Moreau tells everybody to get down, there's a target Mickey will stand up and look for it. So just so you know.
Love it. All right, go ahead and give me a shot. We're not going to roll initiative until after you get that shot because you're so far away. If you want sniping range, but you don't have sniper, right? Or do you?
I do not.
Okay. All right. But you have the sniper rifle, so that's okay. But I will give you, since you've been in position, uh, and you've got the sniper rifle and you've got the scope, I'll give you an edge on
Okay.
this attack.
Great. I mean, it was a pretty solid roll to begin with. It was an 18. So let's see if we
Oh,
can.
yeah, that's a hit.
Uh, it switched from a 4 to a Marvel. So that's a
Yes.
20. Fantastic.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Right
Okay.
on.
This is
All right. It does have
Wait.
damage
Speedy.
reduction. Let me stop the share there. Let me bring this up. So yeah, it does have damage reduction.
Does snipers do like triple damage on a Marvel?
Yeah, that's what if he had the
Yeah,
sniping.
if you had snipe, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the power that does that, not the weapon. So okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know if there was a stat.
Yeah. So even though he's not wearing any armor, he does have a damage reduction of 1.
Okay. So that's going to drop my lovely 30 damage to an 18.
Okay. Okay. Now let's roll initiative.
Good start to that combat. Just tink right off the jaw.
Yeah. Try and,
Little smile.
get it to lose some teeth.
I
Shouldn't be the only one.
can sympathize.
I don't know what's going on with all these marvels, but
Ooh.
Again,
I
you
just
get a
rolled
Marvel
one.
for initiative?
problem is I rolled a 2 and a 1 on the other dice.
Oh,
Love when that
So
happens.
yeah,
I
we're looking
also
at
don't know
9.
what's going on with all those marbles because I
Ooh.
got
No,
none of
this is
those.
nuts.
Where are they? Yeah, I got Bevin's got 13.
Okay. Billy, what Greg get?
Greg got a lucky number 7.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a high roll.
Okay, and Dr. Cade.
Last
So that's 12 in total, but with a marble.
Ooh, okay. And Moreau.
Come crashing back down to reality with a solid 11.
Okay. And Mickey. Oh, you're on mute, Aaron. There you
Sorry. 13.
go. 13. Okay.
Sorry, I'm eating. I'm trying to not interrupt.
All right, Dr. Cade with the only. Oh, let me just roll for these guys. Okay. Well, with the only Marvel, you get to go alone in the bonus round. So, at this point, you're kind of relatively far away from
Mhm.
them. But what do you have in mind? Or do you have any questions?
Well, he's going to see. He's got scanners up.
Uh-huh.
He saw he was obviously aware that the shot got fired. He didn't hear any of the conversation going on. He just saw Moreau take the shot, and he'll sort of register that and look at Moreau and say, "Damn it, we're trying to communicate with these things, not try to blow them up already." So
Be my guest, pal.
so he's just so maybe he'd be like, I don't know, try to communicate with them maybe and just say, I don't know, we say like, if you're sentient and you can understand this, we're not your enemies. We could be your biographers. Anyways, but he, I don't know if the sensors allow this or not. I don't know. He probably registered the fact that the shot went off, but didn't do as much. Like it seems that he's not wearing armor. But from a forensic perspective, noticed that it didn't do much damage, or as much damage as it perhaps should have. It looked like a straight shot.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll say no exit wound. It definitely
Mhm.
penetrated, but no exit
Yeah.
wound. And usually these sniper rifles are powerful enough to just punch right through a body.
Yeah. So he tried to convey that to the rest of the group and say, "This one seems rather resilient. If it does come to attack, try to disable. If you can't disable, well, improvise." And I don't know. He'll just try to give. shoot, what's he going to do? He's not in range of any attacks or anything like that, right? He doesn't want to attack. I'm just trying to get a sense of how far away we all are. Do we have to move up to this thing?
Yeah, I would say you definitely would have to move up, and we'll get to a map eventually. Right now, just so many different ways it can go. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, let's say if you wanted to, yeah, you can either make your way directly towards
I think
the
he'll
creature.
try to get into a position where he can assist and sort of keep eyes on the thing. But if he can, he'll look over at Mickey and just sort of try to say, Mickey. Well, he doesn't want him to take it down. He wants him to sort of incapacitate him. So maybe he understands the simple language. I'll keep it as simple as I can. Go in for a hug, and just sort of pin him down.
Okay. And I'm sorry, did you want to use movement to kind of get a little closer?
Yeah, I want to try to move forward and get into not into an attacking position, but sort of into like a sort of a coordination position where I can get sort of eyes on the field.
Sure. Yeah. So let's say you get yourself into a better position moving forward, kind of past some of the rubble where you've got good eyes on him. You can see so he's sort of like dead on straight ahead of you. You can see the reporter and the cameraman, and you can see the kind of building that they had come from, like this iconic NASDAQ building, which again, rubble kind of like all around, really, really messed up.
If it didn't cost my action to do a double move or anything like that, I would try to use the action then to give help teammate to Mickey the Canary to try to follow through with the instructions of just try to incapacitate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay.
Hug him down.
Help command on Mickey. All right, let's go to the top of the order, and we're gonna have the reporter and the cameraman. So Chess. Just after the shot rings out, she ducks down, and then her phone, you can see, or certainly Moreau could see her phone kind of like light up, and she reads it really quick, and then she nudges the cameraman and points in your general direction, and gives you a thumbs up, and then looks and sees this creature, kind of looks up, is now aware that there's danger, kind of was clueless before, kind of peeks up over this rubble and gets eyes on this thing and grabs the cameraman and just starts running back towards the NASDAQ building. So fight or flight, she chose flight. Perhaps not the best direction she could have run in, because she basically crosses like the path of combat, right? Like the field of vision you had with this thing kind of crosses it, but you can tell they're trying to get back to their building. That's the only place they recognize as safe. They haven't really fared forth very far. So basically, they're both doing a double move to run towards the building.
Does
That's
it
on
look
fifth.
like? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Ask.
Does it look like the monster kind of sighted their run across
Oh,
the combat lane?
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
A monster absolutely sees them and begins to pursue, because that was on 15. Uh, the Badoon. Well, I was going to describe it as the Badoon monster, and this is going to be a shock, you guys, but we have another really creative name for this creature, and I'll just spoil it because it's too creative not to. This is called a monster of Badoon.
They stayed up all night.
Yep,
keep it
all
on.
night. Monster of the Boom of Badoon with a basic weapon.
Um,
And we'll say this thing, begins following behind it, and because it is larger, it moves a little quicker, and it does look as though it is probably going to catch up to it, unless you guys, should you decide to, pursue with all due speed.
and I know it's not my go, but I don't know if having seen this, I can shout like into our comms, like kind of just like what's going on.
Yes,
Uh,
totally.
and I'd basically be like, Mickey, Hammer, somebody. The thing knows where the reporters are. We got to get between them, and just kind of leave it at that.
Bevin's like, either way, this is gonna be some good TV. All right, let's set the tone, boys.
Let's hope they get my best side.
So I'm going to add a little bit of narrative, how do I want to call this? Narrative license instead of poetic license. And say that there's going to be one round or one full round of just chasing because this is like, they're going to be out of view very soon. The monster's going to be out of view. So just to rather than have a whole round go by of everyone kind of like moving, we're just gonna like fast forward a little bit of just getting back into a position that's more tactical, where we're not just saying I move, what do I see? So narratively, with Mickey kind of pointing out the way to allow you guys to navigate through this rubble in the perfect way, you're able to kind of sort of fast follow this creature and the and the two others into the building. And as I mentioned, like this building is set up in a way where lots of folks can kind of see the reporting that's going on from this glass, and some of that glass is broken. They run inside, and they're it's like a horror movie. They're looking behind them. This big thing is getting closer with its big legs. BIG with a capital B in terms of it's wondering what its size is. And they get closer just as you guys kind of get on scene. So I will share. Uh, my screen shortly. Let me just get a couple of
Maybe
So
icons.
they make it into the buildings, what you're saying, right?
Yeah, so they make it into the building.
And creatures fast on heels.
Yeah. And let's
Of course,
let me share my
slightly opening
screen.
the door for himself and letting himself in without smashing anything.
And
Squeak,
apparently,
squeak, squeak.
Mickey's initiative didn't matter at all there.
We'll keep the initiative just
No,
because
no,
we roll.
I'm,
It's
I'm,
still kind of
I'm just
like
joking. It's hilarious.
all
Finally
right.
gets to go first.
All right. So this is what you see. These guys have run into this
Ooh.
building from this area on the south. They've run in, they've turned around. This creature crashes through. There's a small hole in the glass. It crashes through and, has line of sight on them as you guys kind of speed up from this area and are able to kind of make your way through the glass. There are some cameras here. It doesn't necessarily look exactly here. There's no people, but there
Yeah,
are
gotcha.
cameras, TVs. There's a set. There is some. There are some machines that are on. Non-essential machines look like they do have some power. Might be on some sort of backup. But most of the screens are dead. But there's, so we'll say it's, oh, and obviously it's nighttime now. You guys have your flashlights, your lights mounted on your suits, illuminating the area. And we'll say that these guys are trying to hide behind some set dressing that they knew was there. They were able to get behind. We'll say from your angle, you can see. Actually, let's even put them behind this little partial wall or something over there. From your angle, we'll say you can see that they kind of ran in over here and hit over there, but this monster only knows that they're somewhere in that area and seems to be oriented on them. So let's where did we leave? I think we left off with Aaron with you on 13.
Mhm.
So let's pick up there.
Okay. I will try to go forward and ram him through the window. Not really, but
Yeah.
in the story and grab onto him.
Okay. Yeah, and again, are you using the? Do you want to use the ram or do you want to move? I mean,
No,
you were
I'm
kind of borderline.
moving,
Okay,
and in like not like mechanically, but dramatically, I'm trying to jump, grab him, knock him through the window, and
got it.
hold on
Okay,
to him. Yeah.
but
So
what
not
is your
really
attack
ramming,
action that you're
but
using?
yeah. So I'm gonna grab him
Grab.
as a
Okay,
standard
cool.
action.
Okay, great.
And
Yeah, make a roll.
I'm gonna use the help action for an edge,
Awesome.
and I'm gonna use the point of karma I don't have to get bad karma to gain a second edge.
Well, you can just roll first to see if you hit, and then
I mean, yeah. No,
yeah. Okay, you're looking at a target number of 15.
Oh boy.
I mean, have you seen my rolls?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna use one edge. So I got a 4 marble, four on the other, and a 1. And well, edge for a 2. So I need a what?
A 15.
15. 10. So I got a 12. Okay.
Does he still have the help action
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
bonus?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
already
we'll
used
carry
that.
that over. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm using bed. Okay, at least. Okay, yeah, no, it's not great.
Okay, well, a help teammate could be used.
I mean, that would be good because I got so 8 and 9. No, sorry, 11, 13. What did I need?
You need a 15.
15.
Yeah, so I needed +2.
Henshaw can give a help teammate and maybe fire the shotgun in the air for a distraction.
Hey,
Doesn't he?
anything I can get.
Okay, yeah, yeah. We'll say you can fire maybe at the glass or something or
He's strong. He's not useful.
So you gain one more edge.
Okay. So I'll re-roll though. Okay. Now we're talking. So 16.
Hey.
all right. You managed to grab him. Bevin, also on 13.
So seeing Canary do his thing and try to give this guy a little bear hug around the waist there, I think Bevin would just power up his energy gauntlet there.
Yeah, so he
And
has trouble on melee and agility and cannot move, from what I see.
who's that?
If he's pinned,
Actually, real
Uh,
quick before you go, just so I don't forget this,
Yeah.
or I did forget it, but but I
Keep it in
remembered.
now. Yeah.
Let's try and get an escape reaction out of this
Yeah.
guy.
I was biting my tongue like, oh, he's not going to try to break free. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't
I was looking to
I wasn't
see.
gonna
I was
say, didn't
thinking about. Okay,
I was definitely not going to suggest it or offer it up. We were going to
No,
let Fuzzy
neither was I was zip.
so,
all right.
just to remind everybody, so anyone making an attack against an entangled character has trouble. If the attack against
that's
the
true.
intended target fails, compare the same attack check against the other target's agility defense.
Unless they don't.
But if you don't
Except-
give a shit,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Except
you get an edge on the check.
our buddy, the monster of Badoon, rolled a 21
Ah,
Wow.
if he
to give
flings
you
it
a
away.
sense of what he's capable of rolling.
He rolled a what?
He rolled a 21 on
To
his
escape.
combat melee.
It's a reaction to break free from your grab.
To break
so
free, yeah.
To
So
break
he's no
free.
longer
I
held.
think he's no
Right.
longer grabbed, and it's very obvious. And even with Mickey's strength, because I've just seen him wrap some cables around some Badoon earlier today.
Yeah.
Seeing his arms fling off to the side like that, with this monster barely grunting and
What?
shrugging it
Hey,
off.
but good
I
news, he
don't-
used his reaction.
I don't know a lot about math, but that beats the 16.
Yeah.
So seeing that and being quite impressed, Bevin's going to take a few steps off to the side. I think I've only got like a range of, I'm not sure, probably a range of like
I
5.
promise, guys, I'll do something effective at some point.
My intent is to shoot this guy with an elemental burst.
Okay. DR of 1.
Okay. Let's see. What's target number?
Target number also 15
Ah,
for agility.
yeah. Like this guy's some sort of brawler.
Oh,
Yes,
what?
he
No.
is.
How many reactions we got? Because,
I mean,
oh,
I have one, but mine's generally gonna be getting in the
so
way.
lousy. I got 10 on the die, and I don't think what do I got? Yep. Yeah. So only 11 right now.
I would assume that I am trying to stay kind of positioned outside the building and still keep range and maybe fire from outside the
Sure,
building to hit
yeah.
this guy. So yeah, I would see Bevin.
Do you remember which one was yours? They all look familiar.
Yeah, it's the one in the top row.
This one here?
Yep, that one.
Okay, yeah. We could totally say you're outside.
Yeah.
I'll just put you over there for now.
And I can see Bevin, we've played hockey enough. I can kind of see him gearing up for something. And I'm just gonna pop a kind of like a shot to bounce off like the little weird ear tendrils that he's got and just kind of like distract him a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah,
love
so you
it.
hit one of those and his head spins a little bit and he looks at you and he takes his eyes off of the others.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm 14, 15 on 15 exactly now.
Nice.
All
Thanks,
right.
boys.
There it
Beat
is.
that.
Right. So
All right,
I'm
while
like,
you're doing your math, what Autobot does he look like there?
Hound? No, Jazz. Jazz.
Jazz, right?
Jazz.
Yeah.
100%.
It just looks like Jaws.
Hey,
I was gonna say
maybe it's
that's
deliberate.
so I'm gonna light this thing Jaws hybrid with this tarp up, boys, and I'll step off to the side a little bit so I'm not shooting over top of whoever the hell that is in front of me. I don't know if that's Kade or
This
I'm
is
the guy in
you?
the middle, I think.
No, that's me.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bevin's in the middle.
Bevin's
there
in the
we
middle.
go.
Cade's actually leading the front there.
There we go.
So am
I'll just reverse you. I put them in a random order.
And don't worry, just shoot right through me.
You want to go up like you can kind of get up over there if you want.
Sounds good. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, sounds good. It's not impressive, guys. I only rolled a 4 in the Marvel with the damage reduction of 1. That's 5 points of damage.
Okay.
So just
Everything counts.
made the made the made my hair stand up on end. I don't know if he's got any hairs to stand up on end, but no, I
All
just
right.
shoot up a little stream of electricity.
This thing did not really seem to register that.
I wouldn't think so.
So now we go to Dr. Kade.
Yeah, he's assessing. He's evaluating this entity, this monstrosity, as we seem to be referring to it as. He's seeing that the equipment on it. He's seeing that it's taking a few hits. It's seeing that it's just completely rebuffed our little Hulkling here, and so he's just like, okay, calculating and quite surprised by this thing and quite excited about this thing, but also self-preservation is kind of kicking in, and he might suggest that instead of trying to attack it, we try to distract it, and we try to perhaps cause a decoy, and that we are, given enough time for everyone to try to escape. That's what he's trying to communicate with them, anyways. So Bevin already went. So we know who's up in the order.
Moreau would be next.
Moreau would be next. Okay, yeah. So he'd probably suggest that it doesn't seem overly intelligent, more brawn than brain, just from a quick analysis. Perhaps if we do start annoying it enough, we could have it come after us and we can lead it away. I mean, if we are trying to act the heroes at this point in time, perhaps we can lead it back towards A.I.M and we'd have more resources to try to trap this thing. So he'd try to, and then with that information, he'd point to our sharpshooter, and so sort of get its attention, and then if you wouldn't mind, say something rather annoying to try to have it come after you, and then again, I'll give him the help action.
Okay. All right, Moreau, here you are with another edge.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, of course, take the shot, kind of hit him upper center mass, or try to, and get his attention. And there is a quick moment where Moreau goes, I don't really want to listen to Kade, but he does it anyway. And he's like, "Hey, you brick shithouse, over here!" And then he just lets it rip.
All right.
Amazing.
All right,
Target
so
number
that
15.
that was ugly. So Edge is gonna be good. Yeah, trash. Only got a 13.
I'll use my help reaction then, since I still have a reaction left.
Help teammate reaction.
Help teammate. Sorry, help teammate.
Okay. What are you thinking?
What do you do? Yeah.
So I'm going to give him some more tactical analysis from any of the. I'm assuming from the sensors. Maybe I'm just being too liberal with what the actual power is. But sort of maybe we can look at maybe not all of him is made of stone. Aim for the eyes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so as I call him a brick shit house. I'm assuming maybe I get his attention for a sec. He turns, and then
Yeah.
I fire for the eyes.
All right. You need 2 more, right?
Yep, and just did 5, 4, 3 plus 3. That's
Let's
15.
go.
Nice.
Nice. That's a hit.
Nice.
Yep.
-1.
Yep.
For
So we've
DR?
got yep. So 7.
Right. We'll say it hits off the top of his head, the skull. It just like bounces right off. But he does look in your direction and seems to be oriented
Would
on
we-
you now.
Possible to the hint was dropped to use a taunt if you do damage. Do you have a reaction in order to do that?
Use 1. I know. I don't know if you got 2. And a 5 because it's the target number is how much damage you do, right?
Yeah.
So the target number is 7. I don't know if it's even worth wasting a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I want to keep
Based on the
'cause-
math you saw before, he probably could get that with rolling up like a 1-2-1.
And the truth is that I want to I assume this is the player assuming that maybe he's got some stun abilities and I can counteract those with reactions. So I want to keep one in the
Very good.
hopper.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Moreau on 11. We're going to have that person delay, and we'll go to Greg. Don't worry about what I just said.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, in a quandary what to do here because like I had a different plan, but that's okay. If we're trying to, I'm guessing we're hearing all this shouts over our comms as far as like what to do. Okay. In that case, I'm kind of concerned about the people in the back, even though he doesn't know they're there yet. So I think I'm actually going to move to that middle camera, just to the right of it, where it says station, news, and then station. Yeah, right in there. To position myself between them somewhat and him if I can be. And you know what? We know Mickey's kind of tough, even though I don't have great agility. We're going to try a shotgun shot. Do I have 5 spaces?
Yep.
I say, Mickey, brace for impact. Okay.
Great for what?
Okay, I got a 9, 11. I got an 11.
I got a reaction I can use to help out. So yeah, I'll just do help teammate and maybe I'll just fire off a few more shots aiming for those antennas on his face and see if I can get like some sort of what do you call those things?
Arc reaction.
It's like coils or something like that. Yeah, and reaction going on.
Yeah.
So
he
off his
sees
face there.
Henshaw aiming, and he's a little leery of his aim, so like he fires off his reaction. I got a 2 on the Marvel, so I'm going to re-roll that one. That's my lowest. And I roll 2 again.
Ah,
I was gonna say the bad news is you didn't hit me. The good news, I'm not sure.
Yeah. No go. That's all. We'll just sit there and stay in that spot.
Gee, holy Thor Almighty, even with a shotgun, you can't hit this guy. He can't be any bigger, bud.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, next time I'll move in for a smash. He's awful big, though.
I told you, you got to get close, bud.
all right.
That's my turn.
So that takes us to the top of the order. And these two are gonna pop up over that little wall and start filming. Where they were always filming, and maybe they heard some of what was going on, but now they're going to get actual lens on the scene. So that's what they'll do, and Chess will actually, you can hear her, say, into her microphone, I've received word that the heroes on the scene are, we'll say that's all that you hear. But it looks like whoever gave her the message delivered what Sophie said, and she picked it up, and that at least went out on the news waves. Now the Badoon's going to go.
Oh, boy.
Monster of Badoon. And he is going to try to grab Mickey. One good grab attempt
I was gonna say the skinny kid in front of him.
deserves another. Oh,
One
good
good reach
God.
round deserves another.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Who's the better hugger?
Sometimes.
So that was
Beat little spoon.
a 22. I think that hits.
Let me do the math. All the time.
Yep. So with the do you want to try and do you have any reactions left? I don't think
Is
so.
this the new round?
It's
No.
not, you haven't gone yet.
So no.
Okay. Then he is going to use his reaction.
I
He
believe
doesn't
I
have
saw
any
this in a Marvel
teammates.
movie once.
So
Uh-oh.
he's got his reactions. And he is going to attempt quick toss.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I mean, he's not much of a missile, but sure.
Ooh, that's not great.
For us or for you?
Yeah, I was gonna say for who?
Yeah.
Well, who's he tossing at?
Yeah. Well, yeah, hold on. Let me just do some math here. Fine. He is going to toss.
Straight up.
I hate this. He's gonna toss him at. He's gonna toss him at Moreau, like from
Ooh.
off,
Okay.
off screen.
Kobe.
Through the wall.
Um,
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
yeah, and what's your? This is a
Moreau, I would try hurled shield deflection. Unfortunately, I've only got a 5 space range. So
yeah. He actually misses. His agility, his strength is huge, but his agility is not great. This is just done out of a combination of wanting to get Mickey away from him, and and him being annoyed by Moreau there.
I'm in his head rent free. Let's go.
At this point, it's like trying to toss a mosquito.
I have this
Yeah.
picture of Mickey like going head over feet, just hitting the dirt and flopping all the way as he gets tossed out there.
Yeah.
Stendo arms are flapping all over the place as he's going.
So
To
all
be
right,
fair,
so
how much damage do I take?
you don't he didn't do a ton of he didn't actually hit anything. So you're prone, you're lying on the ground prone, and you roll on the ground for a little bit, but the
No,
quick
that's fair.
toss,
You can do damage to me. I can take it.
let's see the character throw.
With quick
Determined
toss,
my-
he should take damage. It's just the other opponent that he hits.
Oh yeah, failure results
yeah.
in.
I
Oh yeah,
got-
failure results. Got it.
He takes it, but the target did not.
Okay, you take 30 points of damage.
With a -1.
Oh no, not with the -1. So 24.
Okay.
No, 26 points of damage.
Okay.
Holy.
Yeah.
Probably the only
At
one
this
that
point-
can say okay, and it not being a big deal.
At this point, you hear Sophie on the comms say, "We got what we want. Get out of there. Make sure the reporters survive.
Sophie, I'm in a bit of pain.
Get out. Have them have that thing follow you. You two, Moreau, Mickey, lead them away. The rest of you, get those reporters to safety."
Got it.
We
Save the
need 'em.
pretty lady.
All All right. And at this
All
point,
right.
because we're late, uh, let's narratively kind
Okay.
of decide what we want to do. Let's put the dice aside and let's go through one more round of combat and just kind of describe. So the Badoon went on 14. There's no one near him anymore. Mickey's gone. Moreau are both gone. Right now, the monster of Badoon is still focused on those guys. He just threw it, probably felt that he kind of whiffed on the swing a little bit, didn't really hurt him as much as he wanted to. And narratively, we'll just say he fires a bolt of fiery laser-like energy out of his hand
Jesus.
towards Mickey. It blows up a car that was near him, and then he starts pursuing you. That's just narrative. That's just to showcase that he's got a little more that he could be doing.
And most likely his explosive belt goes off and it like breaks the window and he goes out the window.
um, Aaron,
Yes.
you go on 13.
Yes.
So Sophia's just delivered this information to you guys.
So
Okay,
we all heard it over.
Yeah, that was to everyone. Yeah, that
Okay.
one.
so he's going after me. Where am I actually in all this?
Yeah, so let's say you and
Moreau.
Moreau are again, let's not worry about tactics.
Mhm.
You are a far enough distance away where even though he has a minor advantage in speed, your knowledge of the surrounding terrain, Mickey, and your regular speed, you could, kind of kite him a little bit and
Hmm.
draw this guy away, and using the terrain and your knowledge,
Okay.
effectively the two of you could get away and draw him away if you wanted to.
So my thought is to hit and taunt. So if anybody can give me any edges on the hit.
Uh, what damage have you?
No, you.
Based on damage.
He's already attracted to you.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
I
seems to
mean
be
that
enamored
so
with you already.
he's already
He can,
taunted. That's fair.
yeah.
So I mean, but it's still I want him to focus on me and not Moreau.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I,
then narratively, you can just say that. That's a
okay.
no roll needed. Maybe, there's all sorts of ways you can do that, but you can put yourself front and center,
Yeah.
and make sure you're between yourself and Moreau as you
And
both
and
retreat.
and he will realistically take as much damage as he can just to keep the thing away from other people.
Perfect.
However we want to play that.
Awesome. Bevin.
Yeah, Bevin be like, all right, boys, we got the orders from the coach there. She said get the supporters out. Let's do our thing. Um, so he's gonna like limp and hobble and kind of like whatever movement he needs to. In the opposite direction, obviously, where the beast is. So heading towards the reporters, just kind of get over there, grab them, and just let them know that, all right, where's the back door to this place? Is there another way out? And if they, point or another direction, and then he's just gonna like go with them and bodyguard them and escort them out.
Yeah. How about all right, cameras on you, and they can say, no, it's blocked by rubble. Now you would know that the wall to your right over there is another wall to the outside.
So knowing that, we'll charge up the old gauntlet here. Try to overpower it. I even give myself maybe a little trouble if I needed to. Just kind of like supercharge this thing and just try to bust a hole through that wall then. Like, all right then, one emergency exit coming up. And just try to shoot at the wall if I can,
Love
if there's
it.
any cracks or anything like that.
Just give me a roll. It's a success. Just give me a roll and let me know if you get a marvel.
You can't see me, right? No, I'm kidding. 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Impressive. Yeah. So we'll say, yeah, you do that, and there's fear in their eyes as they're like, no, it's that. That's the only way out. It's the only way out by the monster. And you just kind of casually like blow a massive hole in there and,
Nice.
freedom.
All right. Yeah. We just got ourselves a brand new exit. Let's go.
All right, great. Yeah, so they will follow you out that way. Dr. Kade.
Yeah, he'll just encourage Mikey just to make it stay on him. Just maintain eye contact. It seems to be attracted to you.
Show some leg.
Yeah. So,
Put the thong on.
yeah. Show a little more skin. And then yeah. So if it's if at all possible, I'll try to follow him at a safe distance, staying on radar,
I feel
making
uncomfortable
sure
right now.
making sure there's no other entities or signatures incoming, and just try to stay on radio contact with Sophie there, making sure that we've got keeping the making sure that they know that we're incoming, that
Right.
That the creature's incoming. So if it comes to an assist.
Yeah, and I would assume that Mickey would lead it towards, like, instinctually lead it towards the rubble piles that he knows about, but doesn't really know about. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay. As a Cade, what movement action did you want to take? You want to follow these guys towards the back?
We're gonna stay followed, but we're also gonna stay focused on our radar too, to make sure that they're not running into anything else. And if we are, pivot, move away.
Gotcha. Yeah. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, we'll say that you're close enough to the tower where you can still see there's a lot of stuff going on in there, almost too much to like make out individual points. But nothing between, nothing kind of snuck in behind you.
Yeah.
So your way back is clear.
His thinking is that if we can get it back towards the closer to the A.I.M building, there might be some more reinforcements or some other way of trapping this thing, or at least trying to keep tabs on it so that it's not going after anyone else.
Right. Yeah. Okay, Moreau.
Yeah, so about every like 10, 15 feet, Moreau will kind of step to the side of Mickey and just pop a shot to make sure that this guy is, fully aggroed. And like seeing kind of the rest of the team go out the back way, which is strategically sound, but it's kind of like, all right, Mickey, we're out in the wilderness on this one by ourselves. So I'm going to need your best. And then just, about every 10, 15 feet, just pop a shot.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Basically, you see Mickey run through the area like he's run through it 1,000 times.
Go.
All right. And finally, Greg.
Greg just tells Bevin, that was one hell of a shot. And then I start lumbering over towards them. I was like, I guess these guys might need a little bit of protection, and then head out the back.
Notes.
Awesome. Okay, so we will drop out of the map, and we'll say you guys get to the outside, and Sophie once again will come across on comms and say like, obviously these guys can't come back to HQ, but and so who do we have? We have Greg, Dr. Cade, and Bevin, who are with the reporters. Mm-hmm. Which I think it's going to be, I think she would, no, absolutely, she would, saying so everyone could hear, but talk to Dr. Cade. Doctor, I'm going to need you to talk to the reporter.
Oh no.
Well.
You other two, please just don't say anything. Just look impressive and supportive. Dr. Cade, just let them know that A.I.M is here to help protect the city and ensure that the people stay informed thanks to your great efforts. Something like that. Make it quick and snappy, and then say you're needed elsewhere, and then don't take any questions, and go and tell them that we'll be in contact.
Okay. Roger, will do. Citizens, do not fear. The advanced intelligence machine. Sorry, what does AIM stand for?
Advanced idea mechanics.
Advanced
Gotta be
idea
like, dear
Advanced-
God, Jesus Christ, holy Thor Almighty, what the
Wait,
hell?
wait! I take it back. Sophie says, "Put Greg on. Put the hammer on."
Never. I have a minus. We have got it covered from here. You're perfectly safe, but don't go anywhere near the Stay here. We're on the scene, and we've got these things. If it's green and it's mean, it's part of our machine. And just stay clear, and we'll take it from here. Why am I rhyming? I don't know.
And did we get a Hulk somewhere? What's the
If you could see Sophie,
Evan's
she's
on the
just
phone,
like
like,
shaking her head, going, "We need
I don't know
somebody
about-
on this team that has an ego score above,
Yeah,
one."
that would be a -1 to ego for me.
Evan's
All
on
right.
the- You sure about that call there, coach?
Yeah,
I
one.
don't know if that was a good
Point taken. All right.
Evan will be
Good.
piping up just a little bit. Like, yeah, sorry about that. There, boys. This one took the shot to the head there. What he basically means is just run off over there, take some cover. Don't stick your head up. It's dangerous out here. We suggest you bugger off a little bit there. But don't worry, AIM has got it.
Right. The two of them, are so grateful. They're shaking, but they're thankful, and they keep, they start moving back towards the building. Maybe there's like some other way that they can get in. But they keep filming on you as you guys, move away, and ultimately you are able to get back to sort of base camp, get back to the headquarters. The doors open up. The elevator doors. You can kind of go in, make your way through the elevator, get back down to the garage area, and you are inside and safe. And the Badoon, monster of Badoon, knows you're somewhere in the area, but hasn't figured out exactly kind of where the secret door is, but knows you're in the area, and maybe it'll take a larger force to take this guy down. We shall see if we can put together such a force in the future.
I'm smelling team up.
Dr. Kade,
Ooh.
did you have something?
Well, I was just wondering how portable is the portable sonotrap that we've run into?
Yeah, easy enough where you can carry it, temporarily mount it, on your mech.
Oh, so we can maybe do some.
Did we get
upgrade
it? Did
with
I want to turn to Mickey? Mickey, while you were embracing that monstrosity, did you get a DNA sample that we could swab off you? Perhaps there's something we can work with there to find a
He's
weakness.
asking if you gave it a lick while you're giving a hug, give it a bit of a kiss and a squeeze there.
Anything under the fingernails, anything at all. Let me just come to my lab. Let me give you.
Yeah. We'll say you could
inspection.
definitely, let's say there's enough of Mickey's blood on his armor after being tossed and rolled around where it's difficult to say without analysis whether some of the creature's blood might have gotten on it, or if that's just all Mickey's.
Fragment is all I require. Yes.
Oh, there's something else going on here. So immediately after Kade says that, Mickey holds on to Moreau and says, "Please don't let him take me."
and Moreau is actually going to take this very seriously and be like, you can do what you want with the armor and whatever you find on it, but Mickey stays here.
I will need him at the lab, but you're welcome to assist.
Yeah, I mean, and think about it. Mickey's completely covered, right? So probably if the blood, like let's say he was there when Moreau took the shot, he was nearby. So there's a good chance anything on the outside, so all you need is his suit. Maybe as he got thrown and torn, the suit then got ripped off and some of his blood, but there's definitely none of the monster's blood on the inside. So if you just take the suit, which has to be replaced anyway, and the battle suit, then you're good.
Okay, no worries there. Then, Mickey, I just require your suit. Then, if you would mind, please disrobe. Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
I think "Don't worry, I'm a doctor" is a good place to end. We started with some frag thongs, and we ended with playing doctor.
Thong thongs.
So typical
Thong
day
thongs.
in the life of AIM.
Yeah.
AIM, as we all know, stands for, as we all
Advanced
know,
intelligence mechanics.
Adverse
all right,
idea mechanism.
sweet. So yeah, we'll
Alien
see.
investigation.
Oh yeah, we should have went with
Monologue,
that. Alien investigation masters.
Always
master.
invasive mechanisms.
The A is definitely not for anal probe then, and we will definitely end it right there. Thank you guys for listening, and yeah, we'll see what the opportunities are for getting a larger force together in a couple weeks or so. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Fuzzy.
Bye bye.
Good night.